It's time to crank up the heat as Jeremy and I dig up 2 inventions designed to fight fires.
Can a foaming fire pail and an exploding water bomb save us from a fiery inferno?
History is full of inventors who've tried to change the world. But there's a fine line between genius and absurd.
Our team digs up strange inventions from history and brings them to life.
We're gonna build these inventions from scratch.
And put them to the test.
And some of them might actually work.
Jeremy MacPherson is an amateur historian and special effects artist who's worked on films like X-Men and Chicago.
Matt Hunter is a skilled carpenter and backyard inventor.
Together, we are the Re-Inventors.
Matt and I plan to build and test 2 long-lost inventions, a bizarre water bomb, as well as a chemical fire pail triggered by heat and flame. Both were dreamt up to help fight fire, so we thought we'd start by getting up close and personal with enemy number 1.
Woo! Man, even with 2 people, a little fire like that, that's a lot of work.
We can imagine a massive warehouse fire. You'd be on it all day. It'd be so physically taxing.
There's gotta be a better way.
Oh, yeah. That's where our first reinvention comes in. In 1723, an English inventor came up with what he thought was a revolutionary solution. Instead of spraying water, exploded on the fire instead. There was a chemist in London by the name of Ambrose Godfrey.
Nice.
Came up with, look at this, total oxymoron, the water bomb.
I love the name, it's great.
And there it is.
All right, so, looks like a big wooden barrel, right, with a hole for a fuse, is that it?
Looks pretty innocent. It's
Yeah.
full of water, full of oil of vitriol.
Yeah.
And right in the center here, high explosives.
Light her up, my buddy. All right. It got me, like, in the side
That
there.
thing went off.
That's a very violent way to put out a fire.
Well, yeah, because you're basically fighting fire with fire.
If you could. You know, I've got a more elegant way to put out a fire, and it's an early version of a sprinkler system.
Well, as long as it's elegant. Yeah.
Our second reinvention, the chemical fire pail, was dreamt up almost 2 centuries later in 1896 by an American named Clarence Macomber.
It looks like a bucket shape, and it hangs from the ceiling, okay? We've got some sort of trigger reactive with the fire, could be pretty tricky, and a couple chemicals that mix together when this whole thing dumps over, sprays, puts out the fire.
Nice. And the best part is nobody has to be around for this one, so it seems a little more safe.
That's right. You're just checking your watch. We should check out our goals here, though, to compare.
Well, they're fairly straightforward in this case.
Yeah.
Efficiency. Will either one of these inventions put the fire out?
Right, and dependable. It has to work pretty much every time.
For sure. And safety's a big one. If this actually harms people while putting fire out, what's the point?
No point at all. But the benchmark is water. You know, it basically is efficient, dependable, and safe. So if we're up there with that, we know we got something.
For sure. Before we get building, we thought we'd get up to speed on the science of fire suppression. A simple way to look at it is through a schematic known as the fire triangle, which our firefighting buddy Jim is happy to demonstrate.
Safety first.
Absolutely. Now, what do we have cooked up here today?
I've set up an experiment for the fire triangle.
Okay.
So this will help us visualize what our 2 devices have to do to put out fire.
Right on, let's light her up.
All right.
Is this cedar? Should put a little bit of salmon on here.
Look at that go up nicely. Okay, Jim, so what are you doing here?
We're removing the fuel source.
Excellent.
Okay, good
So
point.
that way nothing else can burn, just what's on fire now. This one's the classic, removing the heat source by adding water. And this is a very typical fire suppression device.
Nice.
There we go, fire's out.
And they're not so easy, unless they're birthday candles. Remove the oxygen, right? I guess there's modern-day firefighters have foam and other suppressing agents that work.
Exactly, definitely tough to put a big bubble over a burning house, but look at that, the fire is out, it's just smoking in there.
Nice.
While neither of our inventions will go after the fire at its fuel source, if they can attack either the heat or the oxygen, they should have a good chance of working.
We're gonna tackle the water bomb first, and I've recruited our buddy Tyler to give us a hand. Good thing, since he's already spotted a potential problem.
I think the strapping on the center is gonna make them way too strong. When they go to explode, they're gonna blow the ends off.
Good call.
Path of least resistance.
Yeah.
Water does it, explosions do it. So the idea being, maybe we can remove a couple of these metal staves from around the barrel, and then do like a half-depth cut right around the equator of the barrel. You know what I'm talking about here? So, So what'll happen then, on our full strength side, very hard to bust that out, right?
Right.
But the explosion behind this one will just basically punch it right through.
Very nice.
Covers everything in the room.
Cool. So start cutting these off.
Let's do it. If our water bomb barrels are really going to snuff out a fire, they've got to explode evenly across the room.
Nice.
Steel plating, top and bottom, ensures the barrel will explode outwards.
As does cutting a 1/2-inch break line around the middle.
We'll use my hand as a guide.
Yeah.
Our diagram for the water bomb is extremely vague. Therefore, we're forced to envision how Ambrose Godfrey would have gotten it to work.
Well, here's our interpretation of the inner workings of our water bomb here. We've got our threaded rod that runs all the way through this whole thing, attached to steel panels on either side. And attached to that steel panel that's going to go boom in the center is a glass jar full of black powder.
Okay, and this guy will just slide in.
Good.
It's like some kind of nuclear device now.
Careful, don't touch the sides. What do we got? Find a hood. Is it going to line up? Because we put it on backwards. Yeah, we got it.
The water bomb we are building was designed to change the way fires were fought. In 1720, many cities were still fighting fires with bucket brigades. Some also used manual water pumps that they pushed through the streets. But unless a city's few pumps were near a fire when it broke out, there was little chance of stopping it before it spread out of control.
Possibly inspired by the London fire of 1666, the original idea behind the water bomb was that buildings would keep various sizes on hand, some quite portable, and use them to attack a fire in its early stages. Whether or not it would have worked remains to be seen.
Before we put the water bomb to the test, we still need to figure out how much black powder to use in its core. After all, what good is putting out a fire if you destroy entire buildings in the process?
Blowing up barrels is best done outside city limits, so we head up to Les's place with some expendable versions of our prototype.
All set up?
You betcha.
How will our barrels perform in the ultimate feat of self-destruction?
And how will both of our inventions do when they go up against their arch enemy, a raging fire? Nice.
Matt and I are recreating two inventions designed to fight fires, a chemical fire pail from 1896 and something called a water bomb designed around 1720. The water bomb is meant to explode in a fire-filled room, spreading water or chemicals everywhere.
Thanks, Tyler. But before we try it out in a blaze, we first need to figure out just what it takes to blow up a barrel. The patent schematics don't specify how much explosive to use, so we'll have to find out through good old trial and error.
All right, so the purpose of today is how much black powder are we going to use to blow this puppy?
That's right, we're walking a tightrope. Too little powder, this thing barely explodes, doesn't spread the water and chemical around. Too much powder, of course, brings the building down around us.
Well, I'm all set up. Let's try one. All right, we'll grab it.
We'll start with 1 ounce of black powder at the barrel's core. And for now, instead of using water, we've filled the rest of the barrel with a specifically colored chemical. On the snow outside, this will make it easier to see how well the explosion disperses the barrel's contents.
Who wants the honors?
He can do it.
So we don't have too much in this one.
No, not much.
Nice and simple, we're armed here.
Okay.
You ready?
3, 2, 1. What? Man! Did you
Wow.
put anything in that?
Well, I put a little bit in.
Yeah, like a little lady finger or something in there.
That's right, it's
That's
gonna
useless.
Okay.
Because bigger is often better, we'll see what happens when we raise the explosive power tenfold. This next barrel is packing 10 ounces of black powder.
3, 2, 1, go! Wow!
That was a bell ringer.
All right, so the house is in pieces.
Yeah, there's no point going up there. The roof is off, and 4 blocks away, some old lady's going, "Did you hear that?" For our third test, we back things off a bit. 5 ounces of black powder might just be our magic number.
3, 2, 1, go!
You know what? It seemed a bit extreme.
It did.
But the spread wasn't that big, so I don't know. It might have been all right.
I know. Well, this was a really interesting test for us because we broke away from the patent a little bit. We used a chemical substance here to chart our spray pattern. And you can see from the one that we liked, it went almost 40 feet across. You can see it clearly. So it gives us a good idea how much black powder to use, and we can move on from here.
With our barrel design working, all we need to do is fill our water bomb with water and test it against some fire. But that will have to wait, at least until our second reinvention, the chemical fire pail, is up to speed.
Designed to be hung from the ceiling, the chemical fire pail was supposed to be activated by heat. The device would then tip upside down, dispersing a chemical mixture that would put out the fire.
Like the inventor of the water bomb, the American inventor of this fire pail was also likely inspired by some of the devastating fires that took place in his own lifetime, including the Great Chicago Fire.
Considered one of the greatest American disasters of the 19th century, the fire broke out on October 8, 1871, and over the course of 2 days completely destroyed 4 square miles of Chicago.
With Jason's help, Jer and I set to work building our fire pails.
So the next thing we're trying to figure out is what is going to hold up our fire bucket, because it has to react with the fire. So the bucket is going to be sort of off-center like this, and this thing is going to drop down, and hopefully the material is going to spray out and put out our fire. So what we're going to do here is we have a little bit of beeswax, some paraffin, regular string, and some hemp twine, and we have our heat source. And whatever one melts first, whatever weight drops first, that's what we'll use for our bucket. You want to light her up?
Let's go for it. Okay. You ready?
Yep. That was hot. Oh, it's a little bit lower. Oh, they're already reacting.
We've got movement on a few filaments, but the race is still up for grabs.
Actually getting licked by the flame.
A lot of paraffin drips happening here.
Is the paraffin's coming into play?
Once it starts to heat, there you go. Oh.
Ah!
Nice.
Beeswax it is.
That worked out beauty.
That's great.
With the filament figured out, there's still one outstanding question with our chemical fire pails, and that's the chemicals themselves. The patent calls for a base chemical and an acid, both of which mix together when the pail tips over to put out the fire. It's time to pay a visit to our friend Jody at the University Science Lab.
See ya.
I smell some learning going on in here, buddy.
For our 2 ingredients, the base and the acid, Jody suggests something we could have found in any kitchen.
Well, we have some sodium bicarbonate and some acetic acid.
Okay.
So we're looking at a beaker here full of baking soda and one full of vinegar. That seems awfully simple, Jody, like grade 7 science.
Exactly.
Let's let her rip anyways.
All
Burn
right.
us a fire, let's go.
We have a fuel source here.
Okay.
We got fire.
Alcohol.
We got fire.
Look out.
Nice foam up.
Look at that.
Even in that big open-topped beaker, that choked all the oxygen away from the fire, which was pretty amazing.
Yeah, and you know, we should get enough pressure from those 2 chemicals mixing that it's going to spray out of our bucket and hopefully put the fire right out.
And the cool part is both these chemicals were available at the time, so they're period chemicals, and they're both super safe.
Thanks, buddy.
Thanks, Jody.
Awesome.
Coming by, guys.
With the chemical cargo figured out, it's time to put the finishing touches on the pails themselves.
We're just finishing off Jer's fire pails here. My water bombs are done, but looking at these actually look like something that's supposed to put a fire out. The big fear for me is that we're actually rolling explosives into a fire with my water bombs, and there's a lot of mystery in that.
They look good in the workshop, but how will our fire pails perform in a real blaze?
And could an exploding barrel have changed firefighting history, or simply started a few fires of its own?
Reaching back in history, Matt and I are about to test 2 inventions dreamt up to help fight fires. The chemical fire pail appears to be an early precursor to the modern sprinkler system, while the water bomb is a wooden barrel filled with water or chemicals and, oh yeah, explosives.
To test them out, we've had our buddy Les build a concrete structure to help contain the chaos and danger. We've also enlisted the local fire department.
So we have a barrage of testing today. Pretty much everything we're doing is dangerous. It's all fire, right?
Well, so I think the first thing we should do is get you guys suited up. We don't want anyone getting burned.
Sounds good. I love wearing the gear.
You do love the gear.
I do.
Decked out in the latest firefighting fashion, we're just about ready to test our chemical fire pail. With snow on the floor, this isn't the coziest of living rooms, but we'll try and give it some homey touches.
All right, we're in place here, buddy.
All right, we know our cool, waxy release mechanism works like a charm.
That's right. This is our first time with the actual chemicals, real-life situation getting timed here.
We put Grandma in the hotel. She has no idea we're here. It's perfect.
That's right. These are her books, right?
You got it.
Okay, so pour the gas. Good. Good. Visor down. Everybody out. And 3, 2, 1, timing. Whoa, look at that!
We got our infrared heat camera here, which is awesome to show us hot spots
That's right.
in the room.
You can actually see ghosts with that, right?
Look at the red around that. That's a hot fire, buddy. We see some movement on our pail almost immediately, but it's a good minute before it swings into action.
Thought we had movement up there. What happened?
Looks like... Oh! Hang on.
Okay.
We got some
That's
foam
good
action. Nice spread.
Oh,
Look
she's
at that.
bucking like a horse.
Woo!
Nice. Oh, she's soaking her down good.
The two chemicals mix perfectly. Well, we still have some fire happening down below.
So that was just under 1:10, right?
So that's pretty good response time. I mean, a fire truck will never get there that fast,
No,
right?
definitely.
So a single pail can respond to a small, localized fire right beneath it. But how does a collection of them fare against a wider blaze?
Timer ready. 3, 2, 1, go.
Oh, there we go.
Is that going?
Couch is going. All right, so let's get some temperatures here. Well, we got one going.
Nice.
How's it handling the couch fire? Not too bad. Temperature's well over 115 degrees over top of that couch right now,
Nice.
so it's a pretty quick deployment.
There we go. Okay,
Now we got some
now the
stuff
whole
happening.
room's going up. Whoa, that's hot.
Coming out.
Well, we got another deployment over here over the top of the chair.
Oh, we got one
Another
happening here. We got some overspray.
Whoa, that's
Final
great.
one's deployed. Final one's deployed. We had temperatures of well over 200 degrees on top of those pails.
Unbelievable.
Okay, you know what? They're all fizzling out now.
Hey, boys, can we get in there and mop up the rest of these fires? Oh, man. That's a reek going on in there.
That is acrid. The smoke is thick, and that is what kills you,
Yeah,
buddy.
definitely. Hey, at least these guys deployed, right?
Well, they deploy, but it hardly makes them good. I mean, it might buy you some time till help gets there, but that's about it. So the fire pails manage to disperse their contents, but by failing to put out a good portion of the fire, they fall well short of their main objective. So I've been a bit of a skeptic of Jer's fire pails from the beginning, but the first couple of tests went pretty smooth. We managed to deploy it pretty easily. We almost put a small fire out, but against the big inferno, these things could not keep the fire down, so it's on to the big water bomb.
Looks like we just finished a game of poker.
For our first test with the water bomb, we're starting off with a small fire and using only a small barrel filled with water. For safety's sake, we'll ignite the fire and explode the barrel remotely from a distance.
I'm a little nervous, buddy.
Why?
Well, I mean, after your chemical fire pails didn't really put the fire out,
Yeah.
it's all hinging on my water bomb.
I know it is.
I gotta save the day here.
I'm worried about shrapnel.
All right, small barrel first.
Okay.
Just water, small fire. Ready, Les?
All right, take room one.
Okay, we got some fire. Anytime, Les.
Okay, in
3.
2, 1.
Yeah!
The barrel exploded and sent water everywhere, but it wasn't enough to put out all the flames. Next up, we'll try using a medium-sized barrel, and this time, instead of water, we'll fill it with the exact same mixture of baking soda and vinegar that we used in the fire pails.
Bigger is always better, right?
In this case, I hope so.
All right, so to light the fires. Nice. We have flames.
Lots of smoke. Okay, let's do the barrel. You ready? 3, 2, 1.
Yeah! Oh, we still have some fire.
A lot of smoke. That's got it.
I liked it. I liked it.
Problem is, where there's smoke, there's fire.
That's true.
There's a lot of smoke in there and still some fire. I think the charge wasn't big enough. We didn't get total dispersal of the chemical. It's time for a proper keg party.
Is that heavy or what?
Yeah, this is officially the 300-pound gorilla. Well, I'm a little bummed out by how this has been going. I thought my invention would outclass Jer's fire pails, but
We've been using liquid in the first 2 tests, and my theory is with adding some sand and some fertilizer in this barrel, we'll hopefully suck all the air out of the room with the initial explosion, and that should put the fire out.
Let's vindicate the water bomb.
All right, Les.
3, 2, 1.
That looked awesome.
But looks aside, we've still got fire in the room. Much like my chemical fire pail, Matt's water bomb may have put out part of the fire, but hardly enough to prevent it from getting out of control.
So why is it that modern-day fire extinguishers have to put the fire out after these things go off?
All right, so the sand's not working. You want to do one more?
I think we owe it to ourselves to try and suck every breath of oxygen out of that room.
Just with explosion.
Exactly.
All right, man.
Oil rig style.
Nice.
Putting fires out with nothing but an explosion only works if you can create a bang big enough to deprive a fire of all its oxygen. While likely too destructive to ever be applied inside buildings or homes, the technique was used with great success on oil rig fires in Kuwait following the first Gulf War.
So this is a last resort, though, right?
That's right. Gather the pledges. This is going to be the ultimate kegger, buddy.
Can we put this thing out with just an explosion? Woohoo! All right, Les.
3, 2, 1.
Excellent! Our goal was to wipe out the oxygen, but I think we might have wiped out everything else in the process.
A lot of smoke. I don't see any flame, man. Woo. Let's go see what's going on. Oh, wait a second. There's some flame. Oh, yeah.
That didn't work.
We got a problem in there.
Woo. Hey, boys, can we get in there and mop up the rest of these fires? That was unexpected.
The picture's worth 1,000 words, though.
Oh, wow. Man. So the big question is, though, were our inventions safe, dependable, and reliable, you know?
Well, yeah, that's the million-dollar question. Let's look at yours first.
Right, yeah, so mine reacted to the fire every time. It just didn't put out the fire.
Well, yeah, and mine were definitely very dangerous. You're talking about throwing an explosive into an existing fire? That's a bad idea.
No, you're right. Well, you know what? The intended use was to suppress the fire just enough so the fire guys could get here.
Well,
right?
yeah, but let's say you throw a few barrels in there, one doesn't explode, you send guys in. Blammo, man.
Yeah.
It's super dangerous.
So where are you gonna go?
I gotta go. Oh, that's hot. 2 thumbs down, patent denied.
Patent denied.
Get out of here.